stand by.
Prevailing.
Shut! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Welcome to Blue Line Body Cam. In this thrilling episode, we explore intense clashes between daring criminals and brave officers. Watch heart-pounding moments as suspects push back against the law, testing the limits of law enforcement. Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled journey into high-stakes crime and the relentless pursuit of justice. So stay tuned and keep watching. We have a lot in store for you. Let's get started. On May 6, 2018, an incident occurred in LAPD's Newton area that left the residents nearby shocked and scared. A strange 24-year-old man was spotted near Vermont and Town Avenue in Los Angeles. He was carrying a brick and had been suspiciously moving around the neighborhood from one house to another. A person called 911 and reported the incident, but during the call, he had moved from the properties to the middle of the street. The man was later identified as Jose Chavez. The police arrived at the location, suspecting vandalism from the suspect's end. When the cops got there, they tried to communicate with him to get a handle on the situation. Chavez did not respond to the cops. Although the officers repeatedly asked if he needed any medical attention, Chavez did not seem like he wanted to talk. So the cops told him to move along and go home.
Hey, you gonna go home or what? You can't be hanging around here, dude, going to, house to house, okay? Yeah. So just call it a morning and go home, all right? Where do you live at? Okay. All right, dude, have a good one. Just get out of the street.
6 minutes passed by, and Chavez has not moved more than a foot. Instead, he came and stood his ground in the middle of the street. The officers suspected that the situation would escalate, so they called for backup and their supervisor to better assess the fiasco unfolding before their very eyes. 4 more minutes passed by, and Chavez became annoyed because of all the unwanted attention. So he took a few steps in the direction of the cops. The officers had already called for backup, but they did not know if the suspect was armed, so they stood behind the car doors, took out their guns, and pointed them at the ground near Chavez to hold him in his position. It worked for a while, but then more cops arrived, and that's when the situation got a little out of hand. Chavez ran south on the road and made a sharp turn towards a random house. He got on the porch and knocked on the door, expecting to be let into the house. The occupants opened the door to take a peek at who it was, but when they saw Chavez, they closed it again. Chavez got more frustrated, so he picked up a large metal dustpan and started swinging it around. That's when the police warned him to stay put and to drop the weapon, otherwise he would be tased or beanbagged. Before deciding to fire, they called an ambulance on standby to handle the situation if it got worse. Chavez refused to listen to the orders, so the police got in position and fired a few shots with the beanbag. That had no effect on the suspect. He then picked up a white flower to show that he was surrendering.
Okay, hey, beanbag, do you have a bean?
I got
Beanbag only!
I got one.
Okay.
Beanbag ready!
Hold!
Stand by!
Hold, stand by!
Chavez picks up a white flower and holds it towards officers as they continue to direct him to surrender peacefully. A short time later, he locates a container of automotive fluid and inhales fumes from the container, what is sometimes referred to as huffing. He then pours the automotive fluid on his arms and legs, and then picks up a large metal pipe from the ground. Officers again warn Chavez.
But after a few minutes, Chavez picked up automotive fluid and started huffing. He then poured it on his arms and legs and picked up a metal pipe. The cops warned him again to drop the weapon. When he refused to listen, the cops brought out the taser. They used it multiple times on Chavez, and one shot connected. He dropped to the ground, and the cops rushed after him to detain him.
Hey, come on, dude! Taser! Wait, watch out! He's down, watch out. Get him, guys, get him! Watch out. Hey, got
resisting.
Even after being handcuffed, he continued to resist. 3 to 4 cops had to pick him up and carry him to the car. But because of his continuous resistance, they dropped him on the grass. The man started spitting on the cops, but the officers remained calm and politely ordered him to stop.
Stop it, dude. Relax, man. Hey, compa, ya estuvo. Hey.
Suddenly, he started breathing heavily. The cops got concerned and called for the standby ambulance. The paramedics immediately took him away for treatment, but he was pronounced dead soon after the arrest.
Yo, hey, please stop spitting, bro. We'll get you some water in a second. Anybody got spits up?
They went to go get one, Thompson. Leave him right there. He's good. He's got his head to the side, so he's good right there.
Put his head on the grass so bang it.
Yeah, póntela aquí, anda, sacate. Ahí mero. No se mueva, okay?
Chavez was found to have had multiple charges in the past. On April 10, 2024, 2 Reading Police Department park rangers were on their regular patrol when they received a call about some trespassers. 2 males had been trespassing illegally on private property. The police officers reminded them of the law and asked them to leave. One of the males obliged and started waking up the other guy who was fast asleep.
Okay, we were planning on hanging out.
It's not, no. It's not a time frame. It's 0. It's trespassing.
Okay. I understand that.
There's a sign right there. Just say in case you missed it. Right there on that, right by our truck.
The property owner doesn't want you on the property. He wants everybody off the property. And everything keeps gathering and piling and stuff here.
Yeah, we were just gonna pass through and they ditched us here. Cody.
You can pass through the ditch. You can see it. You can pound. Put some shoes on and go.
Is any of this stuff yours? Is any of this stuff yours?
This is, yeah.
Then you can take your stuff and leave. That's basically what he's telling you. This is somebody else's property. They want us to either cite or arrest people off this property.
Okay. So. Cody, do you have anybody else's number?
What's
I
wrong?
need your help to call. I need your help to call them, bud. Cody, we gotta go. We gotta leave.
Hi.
And we gotta call.
You have any type of medical condition right now?
Not really.
All right.
He was later identified as 36-year-old Cody Bailey. He seemed quite disoriented and looked intoxicated, but he denied the allegations when he was asked by officers. The other guy was pretty cooperative. He got up and had already climbed up the hill, but Bailey was in no mood to leave. He started cussing at the officers and was mainly talking with himself in a clearly disgruntled state. The officers spotted a knife in his pocket. He did not take it out at the moment, but he showed no hesitation in expressing his desire about using the sharp blade on the cops.
That one's fuck off.
James Marley, in person 01. We had a recent contact with him.
Please call Daniel and
He had called
Marcus.
his juvenile mother and advised that he was
I don't know their numbers.
I
have battery in my phone.
Got rushing officers to.
I don't fuck either way. Go take a dick somewhere else.
The officers did not pay much heed to his threats and waited until he packed up his things. He eventually made his way up the hill since his partner kept calling out to him.
Be aware. Fucking niggers. Yeah, go see it. Why is niggers out on my life? You're cool though. All the fucking day you spend fucking with somebody else, huh? Ah, fucking your ass bitch. My mom might try to become like you one day. She tries to go real hard for fucking bitches.
Okay.
Fuck. Try, I want to stab you really bad. Just throw that out there. Put it on the record. Bam! Put it on the fucking heart.
Cody,
I'm not sure if the
come on.
girlfriend.
I'm not losing my shit, dog.
Well, you gotta come back and get it when you can. But since we're here, you gotta leave property.
Take as much as I can.
They gotta get their own.
That's cool. I will, yeah. All these fucking niggas try to stop me too. I'll listen to you, little bitch. Watch. Yeah, trust me, nigga.
As Bailey was making his way up the hill, he stopped near the top and came at the cops with cuss words again. He kept threatening them and verbally abusing the officers. The other guy chimed in to tell Bailey to relax, so he finally complied and started moving again.
You're not being difficult.
We appreciate your cooperation. Maybe tell him to walk over to there. Look, he doesn't want to listen to us.
Bitch, show up! Before you see me trying to get help!
Can you go around, please? Go around so we can go to Speedway, pretty please.
Yeah, I'm fucking if I go down the door, I'm gonna stab that nigga in the throat. I'm gonna show fucking you. Fuck you, bitch ass fuck.
Just as he was going up, something snapped in him. He picked up a huge piece of rock and threw it at the cops, even though one of the officers warned him not to do it. The cops then made their way up the hill to arrest him for throwing the rock, and that's when they noticed that Bailey had pulled out the knife.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, fuck with it!
All 28.
Come get it!
Starts the back. We got a guy throwing rocks at us. He's wearing like a black and multicolored sweatshirt on Loudon, wearing a tan hat.
They called for backup and started walking at a safe distance from the suspect, enough to keep an eye on, but not to aggravate him anymore.
28. It looks like he has a knife in his hand right now. Drop the knife! Oh, 28, we're in front of you, Paul, and he's running eastbound.
Bailey picked up on his pace, so the cops started running after him too. Just as this was happening, an off-duty cop was pumping gas in his vehicle a few miles away. He responded to the backup call from the park rangers and decided to intervene. It took him only 15 seconds to block Bailey's path, but the suspect was in no mood to turn himself in. According to the witnesses and the off-duty cop, Bailey had his knife drawn and was charging at the officer. The cop told him to stay put, but he did not budge and kept coming at a hurried pace towards the off-duty cop. That's when the officer fired multiple shots at Bailey, who still had his knife in his hands. The two park rangers rushed to the scene, and they demanded Bailey to drop the knife. Ultimately, he did listen, and the cops raced to get him medical treatment after detaining him. The suspect had received 2 bullets and was taken away to the hospital when the paramedics arrived at the scene. After being cleared by doctors, he was sent to jail with multiple offenses charged to his record. On January 27, 2024, a distressing call was made by a woman to 911. She complained about a guy who was threatening her friend and her daughter. They were being bullied by an abuser, and the friend was deeply concerned. So the cops were dispatched to the scene. When they arrived at the location, they found the woman and her daughter to be visibly distressed. They were shaking with fear and told the cops about the 40-year-old Juan Valdez, who was threatening them. He had tried to kill them a night before and was here again at their house wrestling down their door.
Okay. Once you guys probably catch him, he's going to have warrants, you know what I mean?
Okay, we'll go ahead and let one of the officers know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why are you guys running from John?
Psychotic. He needs help.
Here, come back here.
He tried to kill me last night.
Here, come back here. We'll talk to this guy.
The police were pulling the woman and her daughter away from the scene when they noticed Valdez hopping in his car. He was trying to flee the scene when a cop raced to the police car and tried to block him from behind. But the cop could not succeed in his attempt, and Valdez was long gone in his vehicle. That started a high-speed car chase with the cops racing in full fury after the suspect. The cops tried to block Valdez multiple times, even crashing into him once, but he was adamant on escaping. He was stepping hard on the gas pedal and tried his best to run far from the cops. He even took the wrong turn on the highway to escape the racing police cars behind him. One of the officers tried moving ahead of the car to block his path, but the suspect was too sneaky. He found a gap and drove away.
We're going to go westbound on Rock, and he just
going the wrong way for a second here.
Copy westbound Bronx, and we have station at Bell 21.
Just tried to 245 Boy 13 with this vehicle. We're going to be on southbound.
But because of the multiple crashes, his car gave up during the chase, and a tire broke down in between. The suspect rammed the car on the curbside and got out of the car to run on foot. While running, he threw himself at a random car that was driving along the highway and clinged to the side of the door. He wanted to steal the car, but the driver was smart and did not stop. The car sped down the highway with Valdez being dragged along. Eventually, the cop used his car to slam at the suspect and trap him. He succeeded in stopping him, but Valdez got up and went to the other side of the vehicle. He started banging on the door in another foiled attempt at carjacking. That's when the cop got out of his car, aimed at Valdez, and fired multiple shots. One of them connected and hit him in the arm.
Don't move! Sir. Don't move! Ah, bro, why'd you shoot me? Move forward! Fuck. Behind your back. EMS code 3, R5 south, just south of Louise.
The ambulance was called, and he was taken to the hospital for further assessment and treatment. After being cleared by the doctors, he was taken to jail where he was to carry out his sentence. That's all on today's video. What did you think about the videos? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will be coming up with more videos soon. Take care, and thanks for watching.